If a man, after having gotten married, continues to live the life of a Sisyphal life, according to Chinweazu, rolling the stone, an act he cannot abandon because society and government is checking on him and always ready to jail, shame, or exile him for absconding his duties. The government and society helps the woman keep her slave in check. It's not our fault. Don't blame us. Don't blame us. It is the system that we met, which we are saying is not fair, which we are saying should be reviewed, which we are saying men should give women equal chances and opportunities in society, in economics, in finances, in leadership. Because we love men. No feminist hates a man. I have come across a lot of men saying feminists hate men, feminists hate men. No, feminists hate patriarchy. We are saying men do not deserve to live this kind of labored life for the rest of their lives. Let us share equal responsibilities. But that also means you have to be domesticated. Now let's go to the domesticity part. It is also captured in this narrative. Chinweazu gives a narration of how women are trained by older matriarchs to tame men, explaining how a man is trained to rely on a woman by his own mother. A man is shamed for cooking for himself and other domestic chores by his own mother, who is an agent of the global matriarchal rule. A man's mother trains and prepares him for the woman he's going to marry by making him useless for himself. You see, that is why I can assure you that as a mother who is raising her sons to be domesticated, the kind of oppositions and the kind of criticisms I keep getting, I know that there are a lot of women in the same shoes as I am who get criticized for wanting to make their sons domestically dependent, not independent. You see, my last honest discussions with Jitdare video talked about how cooking is a survival skill every man should learn. I also told the story about a man I met in school in the UK who was completely useless. He couldn't even boil an egg. Now, that's not a cool thing. That's not a cool thing. If cooking, eating the food you eat in your stomach is the reason why a lot of men are addicted or enslaved to their women, it is their choice. It is absolutely their choice. There is nothing stopping a man from learning how to cook, even if your mother did not teach you how to cook. There are a lot of teaching materials now available. I always say that the phone, this gadget you're seeing, is the world at your fingertips. Anything you want to learn, you can learn from your phone. So if your mother did not teach you how to cook, please learn how to cook on your phone. The fact that you cannot feed yourself, and it is as a result of your inability to cook the food you eat yourself that a woman manipulates you, that's your personal choice. No one is stopping you from learning how to cook. No one is stopping you from being domesticated. No one is stopping you from cleaning where you live, cleaning your own safe space, your own comfort zone, where you eat, where you sleep, where you live. You cannot clean it. You're waiting for a woman to come and clean it for you, and then you say that that is that is a tool of manipulation. Did anyone force you not to learn how to do that? Nobody is forcing you. For goodness sake, if you are allowing yourself to be manipulated on those bases, then it is up to you. If a man can know how to take care of his food, cook your own food, clean your own space, clean where you live, you will not let a woman manipulate you, and you will get a woman who is deserving of a man like you, and you are deserving of her. But that is what we're talking about when we say patriarchy harms men too. If patriarchy denies you of your own right to domestic independence, of your own right to social independence, and appends you to a woman for your domestic life and independence, how is that not harmful? That's extremely harmful. And you see, any man that goes, I have read stories of men who help their wives in the kitchens and they are mocked by their families for doing that. Men who cook for their families and they are mocked by their friends. Men who are domesticated, they clean the house, they do the laundry, they take care of their kids, they bathe their kids. Their families, their friends will mock them. They are disenfranchising you of your domestic independence. They are trying to deny you of your independence and make you more susceptible to be manipulated by women. If you can have your domestic skills intact, no woman will manipulate you. And that is the reason why women are economically disempowered, because that is the only way men manipulate women, economically. So if as a man you refuse to be domestically manipulated, you acquire domestic skills, how can you be manipulated? Tell me how. For women to take responsibility of this manipulative belief. I refuse. Absolutely, it's not our fault. Give us the choice. If women have a choice, no woman will want to manipulate any man. We would want to be a man who wants to be with us because they want to be with us, not because we manipulate them. We want to be with men who love us for who we are, who see us for who we are, who love us regardless and want to stay with us, whether they can cook and are domesticated or not, and whether we are domesticated or not, because I'm not domesticated. I can do all that. I can cook, I can clean, but it's the thing I love to do the least. I do it regardless because I cannot afford to pay for a maid to come and do it for me at the moment, but it's the thing I love doing the least. That doesn't mean I can't do it. So in essence, it means I have both abilities, I have both skills, and I cannot be manipulated because of that. And that is exactly where every man should be. That is exactly what every man should do to themselves and their lives. Make yourself capable in every aspect of life to ensure that you do not get manipulated by any woman. Be domesticated, be economically empowered. Empower yourself in every possible way to enable you have and lead a decent life without being manipulated by anyone. And when you eventually choose to get married, you get married based on a foundation of mutual love, mutual benefits, not one-sided, and mutual respect. By getting the man to hate domestic works and having it enforced by culture, which warns men against going into the kitchen and doing laundry, the mother trains her son for the woman who will captivate him, and when the time comes, she takes hold of the man's stomach by getting the man addicted to her body. She holds him by the two, in bed and in the kitchen. Do not make yourself susceptible. With these two weapons, she manipulates the man and turns him into her plaything. Why would anyone want to be turned into a plaything? To all the men in the Honest Discussions with Jidari community, do not be anyone's plaything. That is my plea to you. In Esther Villa's The Myth of Male Power, A Man's Right to the Other Woman and the Polygamous Sex, the authors of these books challenge the narrative that men oppress women, and by detailed research across Africa, Western and Eastern societies, both in ancient and modern times, the authors unravel the hidden power of the ruthless matriarchal power that rules the world. Presidents, emperors, kings, and all are puppets of the matriarchy forces that rule the world by pulling the strings from behind the curtains. Do you know what gaslighting means? By the way, gaslighting is a term that is used in the study of sociology, the human mind, mental health. This is the perfect description and definition of gaslighting. You know, you've been hurt, you've been abused, you've been oppressed, but then you're told, shut up. You are not oppressed, you are the oppressor. That is just what these books did in this phrase. Thank you very much for staying tuned to this week's discussion. It was really interesting. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I really do find this very enlightening, very interesting, very intriguing, and quite empowering, to say the least. And I hope you did too. And I hope that it will be a wake-up call for all of us, for us the women to understand what we should do better, and for you the men to understand that we feminists actually love you more than the traditional non-feminist women. We actually love men, and we're interested in seeing that men are less oppressed by the patriarchy just as much as we were. I hope you have taken a lesson or two from this discussion, and I do look forward to seeing you in the next edition of Honest Discussions with Jidari. Just don't forget, click the subscribe button, the follow button, and share with your loved ones. Have a lovely end of the week and a prosperous week ahead. Love and peace from here.